Will we actually finish our teams? That's definitely a big question I've been thinking about in the last little bit, last 3 or 4 weeks, that is my team really going to be finished to the quality I would like it to be, or whether it's just going to be sort of 300, 400k guys that I hope can put in a shift every once in a while and get you close enough to the points that some of these teams are generating through their fully premoed teams. But anyway, let's jump into the trade targets for Supercoach, and you will see sort of a bleak outlook, I would say, overall. So, Angus Clark, the obvious rookie. If you hadn't grabbed him already, I definitely went early on him, and a little bit disappointing that he went 44 when he went 98 the other week. And of course, he's probably going to go like a 90 odd this week, but it is what it is. He's going to go up, you'd expect 50 or 60k at least. If he goes somewhere in that sort of 80 range, I think it's somewhere around that 65k that he goes up. But if we just double check that for you guys, these I think are a little bit off, but you can see that, yeah, 63 there would go up a little bit. So he's still probably got, if we go here and put 60 and then put like an 80 here as well, I think you'll see that his numbers do project pretty well. I could see him getting, I mean, he's going to get to at least sort of 190 if he plays. And that, if he has another spike game or two, he's going to find his way to 220. So I could see him finding a way to sort of that 240, 250 range, but it would be a little bit tough given the output that he put in the last game. But he also did have two or three free kicks again, so it could actually be that he, in the long run, is going to be able to get towards that sort of 260 range, somewhere around that 280 range. But we'll see. Luke Pedlar is definitely a guy that I'm intrigued about. I'm not necessarily overall like, oh, he's going to do absolutely sort of amazing or anything like that. But I'm just intrigued that he averaged 55 in 2023. And so I think he's a guy that could go on a spurt of games where he goes and scores all right. I mean, he scored pretty well against Brisbane Lions the last 2 times they played. But in 2023, if we look at his output, 83, 36, 73, 70, he could just be a really cheap Caden Cleary replacement. Like you gain 70k from there and you start the cash generation for Pedlar, who's going to be making, you'd expect somewhere potentially around that 50k this week and 30k next week, that's already getting the cash gen from Caden Cleary. So yeah, like already putting it back there. So I have a feeling he's a way that you could get up towards. If we just quickly look here at his 2025 stats. Let's click out of him here so that it actually allows us to do the to run with this. If we say he's going to average 60 for the next 3 weeks, you'll see that he gets himself all the way basically easily up to around that 270 marker, even 280 marker. So yeah, will be interesting to see how he tracks, but I could easily see him doing something like this, and suddenly you're looking at him going and potentially getting himself up to 290k. So he's definitely someone that I've looked at grabbing, just because at 150k it could be a really decent enough price to be able to just grab him, generate some cash and go from there. Camporelli, Lorenz, Keeler on the buy will be a guy next week that we potentially look at just because he's gone back-to-back 60s. I don't think many expected him to do the 64 this week, in round 12 against Melbourne, but he did, especially that he was shifted up forward. But now those people that have him are going to get, I think, a really decent run of it, because I suspect he's going to get, for those that grabbed him at 138k, they're probably going to get 100k of cash generation from Keeler. Tunstall's not playing at the moment. Caleb Smith, I'm just worried about Jaden Short coming back. Tom Cochrane's injured or on the long-term injury list, sorry. Sam Berry's doing all right. Ed Allen, I just think that there's going to be some returnees. Those that gambled on Neil Erasmus, job done. He's done great work. Those that gambled on, I really wish that I'd done for the Saldo Hawley versus Angus Sheldrick. If I'd gone Sheldrick, he was, I think, 160k at the time that I basically made that decision of him versus El Hawley. So he was 191k when I made that decision. He's already made almost 100k in the last 3 weeks and is potentially going to make, if we say he's going to average another 85 for the next couple of weeks here, he's going to make another 65, potentially up to 370k. So there was a potential for 200k of cash generation there just on the basis of what he's done the last couple of weeks. And there's even more potential that he just has some breakout games here and averages 95 or something. And suddenly you're looking at a guy that's potentially going to go into the 400Ks if he continues on this for the next couple of weeks. So yeah, there's a real big potential for him there. So that's really annoying because he was a big miss. But anyway, I think that's basically it for the rookies. Then we go to the coach's choices. Top 10% we'll do, and then we'll do for trade-ins, and then we'll do trade-outs as well. Angus Clark, obvious one. Luke Pedlar, obvious one. A lot of people looking at potentially a Marcus Bontempelli off the bye. He's got a 137 break even. Could he hit that against Hawks? Probably will. But then he's got St Kilda and Richmond. Will be interesting to see how that develops. What's he going to do against them? Because he's averaged 105 against them last couple of weeks. If he does go 105, he gets down to 630k. Has a decent enough break even against St Kilda. Because, like, is he, who's currently priced at 120, 125, is he going to put up 125s in the next couple of weeks and be, like, because I'm going to be able to get, like, a Matt Kennedy who's priced at about 90. Is Matt Kennedy going to go, who I suspect is going to go 105? Is Matt Kennedy and then Jai Caldwell going to go enough over that Bontempelli really doesn't matter at the moment? Is the big question I'm sort of considering. Because if we look at Jai Caldwell, his 440k, and we look at his run here, if you take out basically this run here of him not being actually fit enough to play, you take out 101 from his scoring, he's got 573 from, I believe that's 5 games. Is it? Yeah, 573 from 5 games. If you look that's 116. 573 divided by 5. That's 114.6. That's perfect numbers, to be honest with you. So I'm really looking at Jai Caldwell and going, I know he's round 16, but there's a potential right now. He's priced at 440 divided by about 5.3 or so. Divided by 5.3. He's currently priced at 83. I'm getting about 30 points of upside there. If you add in the likes of potentially a TDK, or someone like that, or yeah, someone like a TDK, something like that, there's potential for massive upside there. Like I've even considered bringing back in TDK, who plays against Essendon, who's got Goldstein in the ruck, and just going, yeah, he's going to potentially really, he's priced at about 100. Is he going to go like 120 for the rest of the year, which is plus 20 on this sort of average? Yeah, there's potential for that. So yeah, I've just sort of considered that and gone, I think TDK could potentially be a guy that, that enables me to get the 3 rucks that I want, but also be able to get like a Caldwell or someone like that alongside him. And then suddenly I'm looking at a really, really decent upgrade there. So I'm really considering that. I just need to look at the options there about that. But I do really like TDK. I really do like Caldwell as well. Just because at 440k, you can basically get him from Levi. Like if I was to just do something really stupid here, really dumb, but if I was to do, take Cleary out, Hewitt's fine, Sinclair doesn't matter, Levi out as well, move Bolton in there, and then move out someone else. I don't know exactly who it would be, but yeah, you can kind of see the cash isn't there, I would say. But yeah, let's just look at it. Maybe even potentially Roberts, but I wouldn't want to bring him out just yet, I don't think. But if I was to get do 2 trades and go, I want those 2 out, I could get a Caldwell. Let's just look at Caldwell here, and then grab McCarthy here. And then that would leave me with 123k spare to potentially grab up someone. But there isn't really anyone that I can grab up. Whereas I can also just move a Caldwell straight to a, let's move Bolton there, straight to back to a TDK, who is probably going to be underpriced. And that would give me 35k spare in cash generation. I could also move Stone on to Pedlar there. And suddenly I'm starting to get with Pedlar, or I could move Gross on, who probably isn't going to play anytime soon. Move Sheasel back there, move Stone back there, and then you've got a Pedlar here as well, and move a Pedlar in, and I could do something like that, and suddenly I've got 50k. I've got 3 guys that I really do rate. I think McCarthy, he's 99k, he should be playing for the rest of the year, and can be giving some really good scores, and suddenly I've got that on my plate there, and yeah, that would suddenly open up a lot of things. and would open up a lot of my, I guess, side in general. Here, just looking at it there, you can see I'd be up to, what's that, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Move Carroll on field to get to 21. So I'd be on 21 names, I believe, which isn't actually the worst, to be honest with you. Would have 3 names of leeway and only have 1, 2, 3, 4, sort of 5, 6 rookies. So I'd have to take the 3 worst of them. So it's actually not the worst there, to be honest. So yeah, I have considered that as well. But anyway, back to the, I guess, coach's choice here. Go to here. And yeah, I am hunting in that sort of 400k range if I can get someone else, but I just don't know if there's sort of anyone else really in that 400k range to join Jai Caldwell, but I'd have to look again at that. As you could actually go Kennedy and also Caldwell is about 920, so I'd need about 1 million from, and that could be potentially a Roberts or a Roberts or Caleb Daniel are sort of those 2 guys that I've looked at and sort of thought, can I get them up or something like that? But we'll see about that. But yeah, there's not, you can see very low ownership changes. It's outside of basically Bont and also like where even is Kennedy? Is Kennedy 580k? No, it's 496k. So yeah, I actually do really like Kennedy. I think he's been underscored a little bit, but I really like that he's actually really putting up decent scores. So I think he's a guy that will surprise people in the forward line, I think, given that if you take out this just random 62 and take out his highest score of a 125, that's 187 removed. He's averaging actually 99.9 outside of those. If you take out his highest and his lowest score, he's averaging 199. Sorry, not 199, 99.9, which is actually really, really good marker. To look at. He'd be on 899 points through 9 games, which is, yeah, basically 100. In essence, it's 99.88, so 99.9. So yeah, I really actually do rate a Kennedy pickup potentially. I would say Kennedy, Jai Caldwell, and TDK in Supercoach are probably the 3 biggest pickups, just because they're off their bye. I don't really like the Cripper pickup, to be honest with you. He's averaging 101, but I think that there's guys out there that are lower price than him. He's basically fair price. Could do the Connor Rozee pickup, but yeah, I think I'm going to wait on that. I think he's got a high enough break even, a 131 break even, that he could potentially even drop some more cash. So you can wait on that front there. And yeah, maybe you go to an Angus Sheldrick, but I think that's too late on that front. Maybe go to a Kylo, I think it's too late on that front. And yeah, just sort of, there's no real good rookies, I don't think, at the moment that I don't have already. So yeah, outside of going extremely early on McCarthy. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what I come up with in terms of trades. But anyway, that is the video. They're going through the Supercoach trade targets for round 13. Caden Cleary, Marek, and Levi Ashcroft are the big outs. I wish I had traded Caden Cleary early, giving me that access to that 20k more, because 20k is absolutely mega in this game. So yeah, getting that 20k would have been absolutely huge in terms of just being able to make better trades this week. But anyway, that is the video there. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and I'll see you guys for my fantasy and Supercoach team reveals later. Bye guys.